Hey everyone, my name is Penny Zanker, and it's time to reset. This podcast goes beyond just navigating change. It's about new ways of thinking about how you can approach challenges, how you can shift your mindset when needed, create some space and grace for yourself so that you can rethink, recharge, and reprioritize when and where needed. Are you ready to unlock your full potential? Thank you for hitting play and sharing this next episode with me. It's time to reset. Hello, and welcome to Take Back Time. My name is Penny Zanker, and I'm your host. And I'm excited to talk to you about all types of things around helping you to be more focused, helping you to take back time. And it is possible to take back time by spending it and investing it most efficiently, and also knowing where you're wasting time. And one of those areas that we waste a lot of time and energy is around stress and our inability to be able to manage stress and to self-regulate. And so today we're going to focus on adaptability. Our guest today has a different phrasing for it, but I'm going to use the phrasing that you might most understand right now, and that's how to make ourselves more adaptable and be able to adapt to different stresses that are all around us. So Dr. Erik Korem, he is here today, and he just told me he has 3 degrees. So he is one smart dude, and he deals with really high performance, elite performance, whether it says here feats of the NCAA athletes or U.S. Department of Defense, implementing one of NFL's first sports science programs, or coaching Olympic gold medalists. So this guy knows high performance and clearly also stressful environments. So I'm super excited to have Erik here with us today, Dr. Erik, I should say. I apologize for that, to help us really see how we can be more adaptable. Dr. Erik, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Penny. You could just call me Erik. It's totally fine. It's a pleasure to be here. I guess I would start by saying that stress, or really burnout, is at an all-time high across all professions. I believe the American Psychological Association recently said this, that across all professions, it's an all-time high. As a matter of fact, in the fall of 2022, there was something called the U.S. Preventative Task Force that was put together, and they recommended that all adults under the age of 65 get screened for anxiety. That's pretty alarming. 3 in 5 employees report the negative impacts of work-related stress, including cognitive weariness, emotional exhaustion, and 44% of people say that they feel physical fatigue. So is stress the enemy? The answer is no.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I was just saying that to be facetious because I know. No.
It's actually
that's a good question, because I think that people, what's our relationship with stress? I think that's a really good question to ask around, is that, and it's funny because I use that term relationship with stress because we have all types of relationships that we don't think about, right? We only think about our spouse or our kids or our parents, but what about our relationship with time, our relationship with stress, and a multitude of other things? So how would you see our current state of our relationship with stress before we get into whether it's the enemy or not? And I guess that's a relationship, right?
Yeah, I think you need to reframe what stress is. Your body is an adaptation machine. That's what it's designed to do, is adapt to environmental stimulus. If you want to improve your physical fitness, what do you have to do? You have to exercise. What is exercise? It's a stress. Stress induces adaptation. If you want to learn a new skill, the only way that your brain undergoes plastic changes is through engaging in stress. Eating food is a stress. So stress isn't exactly bad. It's something that we're encountering all day long. As a matter of fact, the stress systems, the systems that turn on, let me back up for a second. A good friend of mine, his name is Dr. Alex Arbach. He's a director of wellness and development at the Toronto Raptors. And I'm giving him full credit for this quote. Stress is really our brain and our body preparing us to do something effortful. It's our brain.
I like that.
Yeah, it's not a negative thing. When we get, quote, burned out, or we have mental health issues, or physically we get injured, it's because we've exceeded our capacity to adapt to either an acute stressor and more likely a long-term chronic stress. So the gateway to growth is stress. So like I said, like acute stress, go to exercise, go learn something. You're trying to upskill yourself at work. Your kids are learning something at school. It's stress, right? The key is the right dose of stress with the right dose of rest. Okay. And so rest.
Well, and just coming back to you've worked with a lot of high performance athletes and whatnot. I mean, they are major on and off, right? So they're on and then they take a period of rest, and that rest is essential, right? Even like you talked about exercising and working out, like it is essential to the building of the muscle that there's also a period of rest
100%.
So that it can rebuild.
Right. But even elite athletes get injured even when they're doing the on and off. Why is that? Because the global stress of life, it's like you have a gas tank, right? And that's your capacity to adapt to stress. And every day you wake up with a different amount of gas in the tank. And that tank can be full. Like if you had a great night of sleep, you didn't have any social stressors the day before or anything like that, you may wake up with a really full tank. Let's say you got in an argument with your spouse and something really bad happened at work and you got in a car wreck on the way home and all those things. Guess what? You're going to wake up on empty.
Right. All of those things are sucking that energy. I usually use a cup of water and I just keep poking a toothpick in it, right? Because as much as you can fill up into it, if you've got holes in your cup, like it's going to seep out.
Yes.
And it's going to seep out faster or as fast as you put it back in if you don't plug the holes.
Right. So that's what, from a scientific perspective, you would call that your adaptation reserve. And that tank there is a cost to adaptation. So there's something called allostasis. It's your body wanting to achieve stability through change, your body and your brain. That's what everybody wants. But there's something called allostatic load.
Wait, can you say that again? What do we want?
Allostasis, the body and the brain trying to achieve stability through change.
Stability through change. That almost sounds like an oxymoron.
Well, if you think about it, like if you go exercise, your heart rate and respiration rate go up, right? So you can pump more blood to your working tissues. And then when it's over with, guess what? Everything tries to go back to normal because it doesn't want to be up here all the time.
Right.
If you
so it wants to adapt, the body wants to adapt at whatever level you're at and then quickly go back down, or
it wants to ramp up and then go back down to normal. You go in for a presentation, your heart, it's the same exact response. The brain and the body does not differentiate, doesn't know between mental or physical stress. The same systems turn on every time.
Right.
Heart rate, respiration rate go up, palms get sweaty, pupils dilate. You're biased towards action, but that's good. That's productive, but you don't want to get stuck there. The body's like, how do I get back to normal? And the way that your body does this is it has to have periods where the stress system's turned on and then these systems are turned off. There are different periods when those system turns off, when you sleep at night. So there's 5 pillars if you want to build more capacity for stress. Really simple.
Well, let's hear them real quick. I mean, I know we're only on here for a short time. You're going to get an opportunity for people to be able to come back to you and learn more about those 5.
Yeah. So I'll just give them to you right now. And there's a little nuance, but sleep, exercise, mental fitness, nutrition, and fostering healthy relationships. The scientific literature is very clear. If you hit specific thresholds in each one of these categories, not only do they help the body and the brain adapt to more stress, so you can do more with less cost. When it comes to focus, if your cup's always overflowing, and guess what? You're going to feel like you're out of control. If you can build a bigger gas tank, the same amount of stress isn't going to feel the same. Every one of us has gone through a situation where you start a new job or start something new and you first feel overwhelmed. Then guess what? After a few weeks, you've been inoculated to that stress. You're like, it's not too bad, not too bad. You have one kid, life feels like it's crazy. You add another one, you're like, you know what? You build more resilience.
So, and all of those things, sleep, exercise, mental
fitness, mental fitness, or some people call it mental health,
mental fitness. What were the other 2?
Nutrition and fostering healthy relationships.
Outside of fostering healthy relationships, all of those are taking care of ourselves, right? I mean, the other is too, but you know what I'm saying is feeding ourselves, getting ourselves rest, and so forth. So we suck at that. I mean, we are the first to go, I'll sleep when I'm dead. My son just sent me from college. I'm like, you got to take it easy. You got to take care of yourself. Make sure you get to the gym, because he's like studying like crazy. And he's like, I'll sleep when I'm dead. And And, I hate that expression because no, you're dead when you're dead.
That's right.
And you're going to be dead a lot sooner. So how do we bridge that gap? Let's just spend 2 minutes on that. And I know that our time is really limited here today, but I think knowing the 5 pillars is one thing, and doing the 5 pillars is yet another. So what's in the gap for us? Why are we so bad at taking care of ourselves?
I'll tell you why I think, and then what you can do about it. I think the busyness of life takes over, and we don't have a plan, and we have no way of measuring. Some of us don't even know what good is, right? We don't know where the bar is, what we need to hit. And so first of all, you need some education and awareness. Number 2, so I'd say awareness of where the bar is. Number 2 is you need some way to track and measure progress. And number 3, you need some type of behavior loop that reinforces the actions that you're taking that are anchored in your values of who you are so that you continually make progress even when you don't feel like it. So you got to know where the bar is. You got to be able to track and measure change. And then you got to have a loop, a behavior loop, or what we call behavior design process that reinforces these positive behaviors with the stickiness and messiness of life. So I think that's the problem. And, you got really smart folks listening to this. And as soon as they start putting these pieces together, it's like, oh, that makes sense. It's really not that hard. I can take this one little step and focus on this one little area, and I can track and measure change. And then don't try to do everything at once. Focus on one.
That is a mistake that I think a lot of people make, is that they try to do it all at once and then they give up because it's not working. Exactly. And we are so, I think also impatience is something that keeps us from getting the result that we want because we want it all and we want it now, or it doesn't work, right?
100%.
Throw the baby out like with the bathwater. It's a terrible expression, but I just said it.
Consistency over intensity, like small, tiny, consistent behaviors repeated over time will lead to radical changes. When it's the new year and we're like, I'm going to fix everything, by 3 weeks later, it's over. But if you were like, I am just going to walk, I'm just taking something simple. Instead of 10,000 steps a day, I'm going to walk 500 more steps a day. That's like 7 minutes of walking or 10 minutes of walking. Yeah, I can do that. And then you do it over and over. And you're like, man, this is the new normal. All right, now I'm going to do a little bit more. And so it's, where's the bar, track and measure change. And I have to have a process to put it together. And that's why I left sports to start. That's basically what I do now. Is I have a company called Aim7, and we leverage wearable technology like your Apple Watch to help people improve these things. Because now you got this.
So it links with the existing, is it its own app, or does it link with the existing apps that pull your data? So like
we are a data aggregator. So we pull in your wearable data. If you do Headspace, Calm, nutrition, all this, we suck it all in. And then we provide you with the daily personalized recommendation for your mind, body, and recovery. So we just tell you exactly what to do for busy people. Like busy people that are listening to this, they don't have time to go download spreadsheets and do all this stuff. It's like, what do I do today to move the needle? And that's what we built. Yeah,
that's awesome. So give me an example. Like, I know you don't have my data or anything, but let's just say you have person X, right?
Yeah.
Like, what would be an example that you might give them for the day, just so we can get a feel of concretely, what does a daily suggestion look like?
I'll give you 2. One, let's say for your mind, we can assess your acute mental state. Let's say we notice that you are stressed out, like right now in the moment. We will push you a breathwork tool that will help regulate your autonomic nervous system to help you calm down and perform better. So we take all the mystery out of it. Do this for 5 minutes. Boom. Let's say we notice
in the moment, you can sense from my watch that I'm stressed, and you're going to send me a breathing technique.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what about 11:30 at night? And I should be in bed. Are you going to text me and tell me that you said your bedtime?
No, it's in the app. We're not going to disturb you and wake you up.
No, but I'm not in bed. You know that I'm moving, right?
Oh, yeah. We don't want to bug people. So there's a little bit of hey, go, that you're not feeling great. You go in the app and you go to the mind section. It's like, hey, here's the coach's pick. Here's what you should do right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So we built this to take all the mystery out of the science behind this stuff.
Fantastic. That's super cool. So tell me, what didn't I ask you that you feel like the listeners need to know about adaptability and being able to increase their capacity to manage stress?
Yeah, I would say this. Everybody, and I wouldn't say it's something you didn't ask me, but I would just reinforce something that everybody can build the capacity for more. Your body is designed and wired for adaptation. You just have to create the right conditions. And so it's not something that happens overnight. It takes time. But if you have patience and you would just want to focus on one thing at a time, you can see dramatic changes in a year. Like, if you could fast forward a year and be like, I just spent 1 year focusing on one little thing over and over and over again, your body's going to adapt. It maladapts, it adapts to bad things and it adapts to good things. Like becoming overweight is because your body's adapting to too many calories. So what does it do? It stores it, right? Your body does the same thing in other areas. Your brain can change. Your fitness can change. You can change sleep. You can change your mood, but it just takes time and consistent effort.
Right. Awesome. Well, thank you. Just before we go, I didn't ask you, and I'm just curious, your definition of productivity. How do you define productivity and why?
It's a great question. I would say being able to stay focused on the task that you want to stay focused on for a discrete period of time. That's for me. So like I have my planner right here. I've blocked out times of the day. I'm like, I'm going to do this one thing. And for me, that is so satisfying. If I can do 60 to 90 minutes focused on one thing and I can block everything else out, to me, that feels productive.
Awesome. Feels productive to me too.
Like-minded.
So tell the listeners where they can find more about you and also and everything will be in the show notes, but just tell us where they can find more information.
So you can follow me at Twitter or Instagram or LinkedIn at Erik Korem. And then AIM7, we're not in the App Store. We're in what's called private beta. So we'll put a link, I guess, in the show notes for that.
Okay.
You sign up. We run cohorts every 2 weeks and we let people in and they get 4 Zoom calls with me and my team on building adaptive capacity and they get access to this amazing app. So it's a pretty white glove experience.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I'll be signing up.
Well, I appreciate it.
Checking it out for sure. Well, thank you so much for being here and sharing those pillars and what people can do by taking those small steps.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
And thank you all for being here. That's all it takes is just pick one thing, one of those 5 pillars to work on. Don't pick them all. Just pick one. What's the one that's going to make the biggest difference for you? Is it just getting another 30 minutes to 60 minutes of sleep? Would that give you more energy and more power? Maybe it would just be cutting out sugar or coffee or, what is it for you that and you've wanted to do it and you know what it is? Just pick that one thing and take one little step. That's all we're asking today. Take one little step in one of those pillars. So thank you all for being here. My name is Penny Zanker and this is Take Back Time. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, contact me and let me know what you want to hear more about. I haven't really been asking that, and I'm going to be doing some short clips that I'm doing just myself without a guest, just giving some tips here and there that'll be spread out throughout the session. So let me know what you want to hear about. It was great being here with you all, and we will see you next time. This is Take Back Time. Bye, everyone. Hey, thank you for spending this time with me. It really means a lot. If you're feeling a little off, distracted, overwhelmed, stuck, or just out of sync, remember that's your signal to reset. And that's all it takes, just recognizing one reset moment at a time. So stay tuned for more tips, tools, tricks, stories, strategies, all here on Time to Reset. We'll see you in the next episode.